Hi guys, welcome to my channel. It's Samantha here. Welcome to Semi Soul Sessions. So happy 2022. Happy New Year. I know it's February and I'm here wishing you Happy New Year. I know growing up at church, people would still wish each other Happy New Year till like March. So sorry, I don't think I'm late. So Happy New Year, and the reason for this video, as you can see, I just wanted to talk about the plans for the year and just where I'm at personally. Sorry for that, guys. By now we know, right? Hopefully I will get help soon with this issue with mine. I will be getting the help that I need soon. So the theme for my year is return to self. Return to self, and this word was dropped in my spirit last year August already. I was just in a bad space. I didn't recognize myself. I just felt like I was drowning. You know what they say that I saw a video on Facebook whereby a man jumped into a swimming pool, and then he said he's not drowning because it's in this. The only way that one is gonna drown is if you allow the water to get inside. But he was fine, he was floating, he would still be alive in the swimming pool because the water was outside him. So I just feel like I kind of lost my balance. Everything else that was happening around me affected my inside, like who I am. Like I didn't, my solid rock, my solid foundation, the foundation was shaky. It was gone, shaken, gone. So I didn't have that thing where I was always holding on to. I was gone, lost, and in that moment, the spirit was like, return to self. And I was just like, I need to get back to myself. I need to get back to that bubbly self, the happy, whatever. And even in that, so that was during August, and throughout towards the end of the year, it's still been the thing. Return to self. When I talk about return to self, yes, I didn't self. It can be a very selfish word to put there. Return to self. I'm not talking about returning to just doing things my way, really. When I talk about return to self, I mean return to God. Because who is self defined by? In who and in what do I get or find my identity? So for me, it's return to self. In other words, return to God. Return to who you are, who God says you are, who and what God has planned for your life. And Semi Soul Sessions is all about being transparent with a purpose, and I must be honest, I have been struggling. I've been struggling with things such as social anxiety, fear. Guys, if anything can disable a person, it's fear. And you know how they call Abraham the father of faith? I can literally be called the mother of fear. Like, I am such a fearful person, and I just feel like I need to share this and put it out there so that I can be free from it. I'm such a fearful person, doing stuff and just second guessing everything, social anxiety. I would rather stay indoors. I would not interact with people, just running. And my thing is, Samantha, stop running. Stop it. I am tired. In all honesty, I got to a point where I'm just like, oh God, I'm tired. You can tell. I am tired. I can't anymore. So that's the journey that I am on right now. I've been trying, and I've been doing it, not just I've been doing it, being intentional with returning to who I am, doing things that I love, reading the word, going back to the creator. That is actually the aim. Going back to the creator. It's going back to basics. It's going back to basics. Like just reading your Bible, devotional every day, be consistent, worshiping, going to church. sorry, especially when COVID hit. I mean, I stopped going to church, like most of us. You try and watch sermons online, but it doesn't do the same thing. I would try, but later on I can say I really abandoned it. I wasn't as consistent. I would listen to worship music and stuff, but guys, it's not enough. It's not enough. Sometimes you wonder, oh my gosh, God is not talking to me. I can't hear him. I need a word from you, Jesus. But you need to have fellowship with him in order to hear from him. So I have my journal that I had bought on that day, and it's even written here. I don't know, you can see return to self. I wrote on the 1st of August 2021, and this is going to be a very transparent moment. I would read a few passages from what I had written here. I was like, I bought myself a new journal yesterday. This symbolizes a new chapter in my life starting on the 1st of August. The past months have been close to hell for me. Sickness, grief, loss, hurt, pain, fatigue, and endless tears. I feel like I'm depressed, and it has been affecting every part of my life, all my relationships, my mental health, my work, and just my overall health. I am tired of feeling drained in spirit and physically. This is the lowest that I've been, and I'm tired of feeling this. I miss my bubbly spirit singing and just being free. Woo! Yeah, it was just a very low place to be in. But when I'm talking about returning to self, growing up, it's for me, it's more than just returning to God. It's more than just reading my Bible. It's more than that. Not that reading the word and returning to God is not everything. It is everything. But I'm sitting with myself, like I'm having therapy sessions with myself. I look at myself in the mirror and I'm honest. Like, I'm as honest as I possibly can with myself. The social anxiety, where did it come from? The fear, just everything that I've been struggling with, I sit down and I really question it, and I am like, God, where and how can I go back? And I've been reading a book. I've been reading 2 books that I've decided, you know what, on this journey, I think this is what's going to help me. I bought a book titled A Return to Love by Marianne Williamson. And I've had this one by Robert Morris, The God I Never Knew. It says how a real friendship with the Holy Spirit can change your life. This one. I've had this book since like university times. I don't know which year I even bought it. 2018, 2019. But I didn't really read it. I've got an issue with that. So, I've been reading this one, and it just made me realize that it's all about our perception. Just let's go back to when we came into this world. Children are the most brave human beings ever. If we could just go back to that time before the trauma. Like, who were you? Who was Samantha before the daddy issues? Who was Samantha before people started talking about her height or her weight? And who was Samantha before she had to face rejection, abandonment, and all of this? Who was I? Like, I'm at a point where I just want to peel off all these layers and layers that I've been picking up over the years, and allowing the world, the society, family members, loved ones even, to define who I am. Returning to self for me is returning to who I am intrinsically. Like, who am I? You get it? Yes, we go through life and we've picked up so many things, but you can just carry as much. You cannot carry everything. So I've been really sitting and I've been trying to put my thoughts into something that is structured, but I've just been struggling. So I was like, you know what? Let me sit down and just talk. We will see where it goes. But who were you before the fear? because children are the most fearless people. Like, for them it's just love. They just believe easily. They don't care. They don't care. Carefree, freedom. That's what the kids have. And sorry for that. So the experience that we've had through the journey as a child, to a teenager, to an adolescent, young adult, we have picked up so many things. So many of us have gone through the most. Some people have faced abuse, be it sexual, emotional, physical, abandonment, a lot rejection. And then we started changing the perception of ourselves, how we see ourselves, how we view ourselves. We changed that to a more fearful person. Like, people would say this, and I didn't care about how tall and skinny I was as a child. I didn't care till someone decided one day, yo, you are so tall. My goodness. It makes it seem like a bad thing. I'll just say, oh my God, then what now? Okay, now my height is an insecurity. I do not like it because people don't like it. You are so skinny. Are you even eating? Oh my God, I don't like my weight. I don't like my weight. So when I go back to who I was before all these things and really be intentional in peeling it all off, I am tired of living my life according to the society standards, of living my life according to the way people want me to live it. That's just where I'm at for this year. And really getting out of the comfort zone, the fear, the social anxiety. Yes, if I can date back to the social anxiety issue, I was raised by a single mother, 4 daughters, 1 son, and for the girls that she stayed with us. And as a nurse, she always locked us in the house and went to work. And I understand her fear for our safety and all of that. So we were locked up in the house, and we were 4 girls. We are 4 girls, and my mother was like, there is no need for you to have other friends. You guys are enough. If you want to play, you are enough. So I really do not want to come and say, blaming my mother for all of it and da. It's my responsibility now to change this. I'm saying that it's my responsibility now to change that. Could my social anxiety, I don't even want to say could the social anxiety have come from that place? Yes, I could have a presence on social media. And this is just a very transparent moment. This is what I have been nudged in my spirit since 2014-15 to talk about, and I've been running away from it. It's 2019, and if you look at the videos and stuff I posted, I've been running, I've been stagnant because I've allowed fear of what people will say to dictate how I live my life. It's so sad. It's really sad. It's so sad. If I were to look back my life, maybe my 20s, right now I'm 27 years old, the theme of my life would be fear. The theme of my life right now would be fear. Yes, I've had good moments. I've had moments where I would come out, but I promise you, fear of what people will say. Am I good enough? Do I sound good? Am I good enough for these people? But what? No. If there are people out there that is struggling with, I will go more in depth with the whole social anxiety and how I've been dealing with it. I am in a better place than I was when I was 20 years old. I've been working on it, but I'm at a point where I just want to be free. It feels like you're in bondage. You've got shackles and you're in bondage and you just can't move. It's like I was telling my sister the other day, for example, it's like you being tied to a pole with toilet paper. Like you just take toilet paper roll, you tie it on my wrist here, and you connect it to the pole, and you're just standing there like, oh my god, I cannot move, I am in jail right now, I can't do anything. And when you look at it from outside, you're just like, yo, this is so ridiculous. It's just toilet paper, Sammy, it can rip off easily. Like, people don't matter. People do matter to a certain extent, but they don't validate me. And this is what I need to learn to believe and get out and do life. Really, and if there are people outside there that are in a place like me, we need to it needs to come to an end, honestly. And you know what, as I was thinking about all of this, I've got a whole lion, the portrait of a lion on my wall. Yes, I'm a Leo, but I don't believe in star signs. I don't even know what the star signs and stuff talk about, the horoscopes say about lions and stuff. I just like it because a lion is the king of the jungle, and you know what, I like the energy it comes with. Although deep down, I know I don't have that lion raw, that energy. I'm not the king of the jungle. No, being realistic, and I've been sitting and thinking to myself, I was like, okay, Sammy, if you were to describe yourself as an animal, what would you describe yourself as? And I thought, and I was like, you know what? I would be a tortoise. Yes, I would be a tortoise. And it has made me love a tortoise so much. I read up on it, and that I searched up and I see what makes a tortoise so special. A tortoise is very slow. And I won't lie, I am slow. If you know me, really, I'm slow, and there could be certain reasons why I am slow, and I'm working on, it's part of the past experiences and the social anxieties and I'll get to it. But it's slow, but it perseveres, it's persistent, it doesn't give up. There's a story about the rabbit, or is it the hare and the tortoise? Yeah, I'm not too familiar with it, but it's just something about they were running a race, and then the rabbit or the hare got tired and took a nap. I mean, she's already confident in herself. I'm fast. Look at the tortoise. You know what? And then took a nap and slept. The tortoise just kept on. It has strong legs, it has strong legs, and it kept on. It was persistent, it persevered, and what happened? It reached the end of the finish line. It reached the finish line, and you'll be like, oh my god, how did the tortoise beat the rabbit or the hare? Because of its persistence. And it didn't look at its inabilities, inadequacies and stuff. It was like, imagine the fact that it decided to just run a race with an animal that is totally different from the way it is. So I describe myself as a tortoise. I'm slow. I take forever to get ready. I'll get better with that as well in this year. And then there's one thing about the tortoise that it just gels perfectly with my theme, which is return to self. They say that a tortoise has everything that it needs. Wherever it goes, the tortoise can go anywhere. Wherever it goes, it has a shell, right? It has a shell. When it goes back into the shell, it has everything that it needs. It's like the shell is its home. The tortoise returns to itself. It finds everything it needs within itself. It doesn't need to go out there to feel like it's at home. So it just return to self. Everything that you need and everything that you are is already in you. And then there's this thing of that, this perception that we've had, that you need to do certain things. You need to be doing and doing and doing and doing just in order to have value, in order to be loved. You had to perform, get good grades in order to be a good student. You had to act a certain way in order to be good and be accepted. But then what I understand is that I don't need to put up an act. I'm already good. When God created me, He was perfectly fine with me, with who He created me to be. And this thing of coming into this world, now you have to act a certain way. You have to work, you have to do this, you have to do this to prove yourself. That is why so many of us end up being depressed, because you just feel like you don't belong, you're not enough. But you are enough as you are. It's not about what you do. Your work doesn't determine your value or your worth. It just doesn't. What you've studied doesn't determine your worth. You are good before anything else. You are good, Samantha. Whoever is watching, you are good. And it's just, for me, it's about getting there. It's about removing all these layers of what people have said. But for me, this year is about returning to self. It's being as selfish as I possibly can be. Returning to God. I am nothing without God. He created me. He knows what I need to do. He tells me, especially in this book, The God That I Never Knew. I was really going through it, and I've been studying about the Holy Spirit and how the Holy Spirit will help you. He'll guide you. He's the counselor, really going back to that. Yes, I've been a Christian for a while, but I'm at a point where I need to be reconciled to God again. Yes, I was on fire back then, but a lot has happened. And I'm in a journey of being reconciled to God, being intentional with my word, with reading the word. So these are the 2 books I'm busy with, and I've been really slow with them because I take my time with them. I read a passage and I will lay and think about it, I'll ponder on it. I don't agree with everything, especially in this one. There's certain things I question, and that's how it should be. I question. I don't just accept whatever I'm reading. So I really take my time. I don't want to miss anything. So for me, this year is about trying to get out, just getting out of this comfort zone and really just following God's leading. If it means the anxiety is gonna come, you know what? Might as well do it while I'm afraid. My plan is to be more like Abraham. To be more like Abraham, the father of faith. He when he was called by God to lead the Israelites out of Egypt, it was like, God, me? What am I going to say? Oh, when I read that, I was like, oh my God, that is so Samantha. But one thing that guy did was he asked all of those questions, but he was like, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm like, God, me? I cannot even talk properly. Am I going to sound? I don't care. God goes before us and He will make the way straight. He knows what He's put in us already. That's what I'm saying, that we came into this world and we started viewing the world through a lens of fear. I am returning to self. This means returning to loving me the way I am and not to try and change. I'm not saying I'm out of this thing of finding myself. I'm not finding myself. I am not lost. I was never lost. When you find something, you go out because you think, this thing is lost. I'm not lost. I'm returning. Returning from all that the world has been saying. Returning from all that I've been saying to myself. Because, trust me, sometimes I am my worst enemy. I don't need enemies, guys. I am my worst enemy at times. I don't need people to come and hate on me. I don't have haters. I don't. I am my biggest haters. The self-sabotage and all of this, it needs to come to an end. Like, it's just small things. You self-love. If you love yourself, you eat in the morning, you have breakfast, you look after yourself, and your health comes first. Exercise. The small things. It's going back to the basics. Go back to the basics. Health is wealth. Trust me, I know it. Ask me about it and I will tell you. Your health is wealth. Eating, I've started eating breakfast, lunch, dinner I've started telling myself positive affirmations. And I will still share more on this journey. I've really touched on a lot and made it really broad and general. But I will go into depth as I read, as I learn, and as I go on this journey. For 2022, it's all about returning to self. Like the world can wait. I'm at a point where I'm like, the world can wait and all of its things. My peace matters. My peace of mind matters. My joy, guys, joy everlasting. Yeah, I'm not gonna be out here toiling and just worrying about what every Tom, Dick, and Harry says. I've been doing that for the longest time. I've been doing that, and it's time to set boundaries. So, when it comes to returning to self, we're gonna be talking about self-love, boundaries. Yes, we'll come to that as well. Yeah, and a whole lot of other things we'll talk about as we go. So welcome to 2022. Yes, I might not have the same energy every day. That's the reality of it. Someday I'm up to say, oh, I'm so afraid. Next day I'll be brave. But it's better to get started than not doing anything, because I'm tired. I am tired. Thank God for social media, because I can just sit here, talk to myself, and upload and disappear, Social media also kind of helps, or kind of not helps. It's not good, because if you're having social anxiety, I can just sit here, post my stuff, and you'll never see me outside. I don't even have to worry about meeting you. Yeah, I don't even have to worry, because I know I'm going to be in the house. I know I'm going to be here. I'll post something, I can disappear. Social media, you can unfriend, you can block, you can delete, but once you really get out there and get into the world, build relationships. Oh, we're also going to talk about relationships and stuff. Relationship with yourself, relationship with God, relationship with others. Yeah, I am very excited. I just really thank God for where I'm at right now. I have so much time to be me, and I prayed for this last year. I prayed for this, and there's nothing that I want more than just working on me to be a better self, to be a better person for myself and also those that are around me, because I know that God has called me to do so many things, and I do not want to go back when I die and go. God brought me here with a full box with a gift, and it would be so sad, tragic. You die, you go back, and you say, oh God, here's a box. God, but what? You didn't use your gifts. You didn't even... Yeah, so in closing, that is the intro video. Welcome to 2022. Yes, if I die, I wanna die knowing that I've done what I came to do. I still have time. You still have time. You are here. You've got breath in your lungs. God puts breath in your lungs every single day. Let's make the most of it now. Let's really make the most of it. I've also decided, you know what? The aim is to go in the direction of fear. When you are afraid, go after that thing that you are afraid of. Go after that. Oh my gosh, before I end this video, there's a lady on Facebook that I've been following that, guys, if you maybe know, tag her or comment and tell her that I'm her biggest fan. Her name is Hermine Alago. She's a Namibian lady. I think she's also a radio presenter. For me, that lady represents the definition of the word free, freedom, and she's had a beautiful weight loss journey. And oh my God, her post, I don't miss a post from her every single day. There was something she wrote about there was something she wrote about how she doesn't care about what people have to say. At the end of the day, we're all gonna die. And I was just like, oh wow. Yeah, sometimes I need such rude awakenings, and I get on social media and I know I'm intentional about who I follow, so I can feed myself with positive energy, positive vibes. So she's just like, she can go speak at a place, and whatever they think, they can think about that she might not meet them again, and also at the end of the day we're all gonna die. So Hermina Lago is just an amazing person. I don't know her personally, but she has lifted me so much, like in so many times where I was just down and out, and go on Facebook, guys, and then it's her, Hermine Alago. She's amazing. You guys can go check her out. She just says it as it is, and she's very vulnerable, and that's a place where I want to be at. Like, it's your story and nobody can hold it against you. Yeah, so guys, thank you so much for watching, and share, please, guys, please share. Please share the video. I'm begging. No, but it's fine. This is the book that I'm reading, Robert Morris, The God I Never Knew. A Return to Love, Marianne Williamson. And guys, I can read all of these things, but the main chick is the Bible. Yes, like the aim is to go through this one, and it's very old now. I got it as a gift from my mother in 2014, just before I went to university, and I've really been using it. It's torn. Yeah, but this here, the Bible, it's our manual. Let's go back. Let's return to self. Let's return to our manual. We will know how to do life if we read the manual. Yes. So, thank you. Peace.